Now is that time. Now is the time. Now's the time. Now's the time where if you were walking through, the woods, or maybe some type of, thicket, some type of forestry, you see all sorts of stuff. You might see an owl, pick up a little mouse or something like that and just take off, I mean, you might see, a couple squirrels running around and, maybe a bear, The bear pokes he's poking his head out of some foliage or something like that, Because he's in there digging around on some things, doing what a bear knows best. He's just being that curious, tiny honey bear right now, But he's in there and he's just trying to, he's picking out, he's finding all sorts of stuff in there. What's in here? What's in there? Let me see. I found some leaves, and then a batch of berries. A mushroom. Something like that. Maybe an old dirty magazine or something like that someone left behind, like 5 years ago. So he's been reading that thing. Maybe an old hitchhiker's sneaker or something. But he's in there, he's just and he's just tearing through this little small batch of brush, trying to get something that he's had his eye out on, I guess, something like that. You'll just hear him in there, and he's just making a couple grunts, He's just doing grunt sounds. Sneaker. Then out of nowhere, this dang Teddy Graham, will catch a whiff of something else, and he'll start, he'll poke his snout out right up into the air, like if you were to walk into someone's house and they're fixing like a hearty casserole, I guess, something like that. You're like, what is that? Is that mixed blend of cheese? Is that broccoli? What is it? What is it? Ooh, I can smell. Something smells good right now. Something smells right in the air. And then he stands up. He'll stand up on his hind legs, trying to trying to reach it. Wherever it is. Where is it? Oh, because those nose tunnels are just, they're working overtime. Something's in the air. Right now, something's in the air. What is it? What could it possibly be? I'll tell you what it is. Summer's about to take that back seat because fall is officially happening this week, people. Fall is coming to us. Fall's coming fast and it's coming hungry like that casserole. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That casserole. That's right. Oh, man. So, if you're going to go out, into nature, you're going to probably catch, naughty by nature or nature being naughty, I guess, that sort of thing, because nature's going to start shedding its skin a little bit, and if you live in the mountains or some other place that has some type of, like tree coverage, I guess, something that might consist of a couple oaks or maybe some, some long neck maples, then you know what I'm talking about. And these saplings, man, like to play nature's game of strip poker. When this time of, around this time of year when it comes around, I mean, when they get down to minimal coverage and that sort of thing, you might see, a couple maples holding hands or holding branches, I guess. Something like that. And you couldn't see it before because, they were all, they were leafed up and leafed out and that sort of thing. But now they're just looking like two, like two, I don't know, like two, I guess, two female prostitutes on Patton Avenue, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. But they got, it's not just the leaves that they're carrying around, the tree's got all sorts of ornaments starting to fall out of them, that sort of thing, not just the leaves, because the acorn game here right now in Asheville, North Carolina is strong. Nature's nuts are all over the place right now. If you go outside right now, you might see a squirrel running around, and he looks like he's smuggling a couple of those lovely tree nutlets, in his mouth. And he's just trying to make it back to his little tree apartment, I guess, to stash those things away for this upcoming, these upcoming cold, blissful days, I guess, that are coming around to us. You might even see, I don't know, man, you might see a fox. A fox is just out there, on a stump, maybe juggling a couple of these corns, waiting for his wife to finish up, shopping at the latest, garbage can or whatever, that sort of thing. And he's just up there, 1, 2, 3, a 3, a 2, a 1. But man, dude, I love this time of year. I do. I love this time of year. Fall is my season. Last fall I had a pretty rough season, but you know what? It's a new time, new year, man. But man, it's good to be here with all of you guys, and welcome to the beginning of the week. I want to say thank you to everyone out there for just listening to us. We're just a little tiny, a little tiny podcast. And I know sometimes it's all over the place if you've been listening to us and that sort of thing. And, and I know I'm all over the place most of the time. And, but man, who isn't? Who isn't all over the place all the time? I mean, I don't know a single soul that just stays in their own little lane, with everything, with everything that's going on in life, I guess, between the friends and the families and kids and animals and the jobs and all that rigmarole, all of it, you name it, because I'll just say right now, man, that there aren't, there aren't any absolute or man, there aren't any universal standards, I guess. Because every person is different, man. Every day is different. You never know what's gonna happen. And isn't that an interesting thought for a moment, man? You never know what's gonna happen. In a strange way, it's kind of exciting to know that, because, if you really think about it, not knowing what's going to happen is, and kind of adds a little, a little bit of spice, a little bit of canyon, a little bit of spice to our lives, I guess. I mean, right now, today, you could probably, walk past, I don't know. Let's see something. You could probably walk past a place that makes candles, I guess. you know? And I mean all sorts of candles. Candles that look like, bowls of cereal, or maybe a candle that looks like two people, doing the nasty, you know? And when you light that thing up, it just smells like cocaine and hookers. You know what I'm talking about? But, they've got this sign out in the front that says, make your own candle. And so you've never thought about making a candle before? Making a candle? I don't know. Sounds a little, I don't know, sounds a little homoerotic, I guess. But you walk into this candle joint and everything, and the next thing you know, you're carving out a damn falcon or something like that. A falcon smoking a blunt, or smoking an old gold cigarette or something like that. And then you're hooked on candle making now. But you didn't know that was going to happen. Let alone have an interest in that thing. Making candles? Unbelievable. Not knowing what's going to happen. Like having the candle maker, making candles and all that sort of junk. I guess it just makes you, not knowing what's going to happen kind of makes you appreciate the present moment, I guess. The more I think about it, the more I think about it, like we should all be more present in the moment. And maybe that's how we should all live all the time, maybe. Because sometimes we get caught up in so much, man, so much in future thinking or stuck in past thoughts, that we kind of lose track on what's going on, right now, I guess. And look, there's nothing wrong, with thinking about your future, man. There's nothing, I mean, if you want to, and on that notation, or what you want to strive for, I guess. Nothing wrong about looking for your future and your goals and all that other stuff. I guess all I'm saying is right now, sometimes, we really just don't take the time to be, grateful for what is in front of us, I guess. Or at least at the moment, we don't take the time to just, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like, a lot of people always say like, we don't get that time back, I guess. And I guess that's why I'm saying, because we're busy all the time. And but I say if you take a damn deep breath and look around sometimes, just for a couple seconds, and be present in the moment, that can't hurt either. I mean, that's just what it is. Not knowing what's going to happen, is beautiful in a way, man. That's life, man. And don't get me wrong, man. Not knowing what's going to happen is, that shit can be scary too, man. That shit'll run up on you, and just crack you down with a damn Louisville fucking slugger. You know what I'm talking about? It'll just come up on you, crack you right in the neck if you aren't careful. But Last week I spoke a little bit about, fear, some of my fears, I guess, and how crippling that can be. Well, so can not knowing, I guess. Sometimes, you can only imagine this, man. Okay. And this is so far-fetched that it's all over the place in a way. Okay. But can you imagine if you had to take, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something real quick. Can you imagine having to take an AIDS test right now? You're taking this AIDS test and the doctor says, well, we'll get back to you in a couple days with your results. That level of anxiety, that stress level, would be so unbelievable because you're thinking about it more and more and more about what, about the choices that you made, man. Maybe I shouldn't have shared the condom with Barry at Scandals last Friday. Or maybe I shouldn't have gone out with DJ Doral, and let him do some backyard acupuncture on me. Something like that. Because this guy, he's been doing all sorts of stuff. Maybe boofing a little, boofing a little coke, right in his ass, I guess, I mean, okay, maybe that's a little too much, but you get what I'm saying, maybe, but if you're waiting for those test results, not knowing what those results are going to be, can be so overwhelming. Oh, why can't he just tell me now? And it's because you are an idiot, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have gone to Scandals last Friday. But, not knowing also can make you feel, I don't know, what's the word, man? Not knowing can make you feel a little insecure about yourself, I guess. It could probably doubt, you'll probably, you'll start doubting your choices. Am I constantly wondering if I'm making the right choice about things? Because for me, man, I'm always, that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm constantly trying to make the right choice because I guess I want to live up to other people's expectations. And I don't know why. There's just something inside me right now that is, that's always been there that just says, if I do this and if I do this and these people like it, then, that gives me some sort of, I guess, reinsurance to myself that I'm doing okay. And I think we all feel like that we have to have some reassurance, that we're all doing okay. But when I don't, man, when that goes, when that goes out into right field or whatever, when I don't have that feeling of reassurance, then that just eats at me, man. It just crawls right up into my body and just rips me apart pretty much, man. It just starts climbing up on my spine and just, you feel it in my legs and, my stomach. You know how when you get on, that nauseous feeling in your stomach when you just feel all, when you feel just too nervous about stuff, that sort of thing. It just, and then I become resentful, and then I turn into, I don't know, man. Quite frankly speaking, I turn into a little bitch. That's what I do. I'll be walking down the street, something like that. Just feeling resentful. That's what I am. But I'll be walking down the street and, and then you'll hear someone, down the street. Oh, there's Zach. There's Zach down there. There's Zach. What a little bitch. What a little bitch that guy is. There goes little bitch Zachary. Oh, I hate that feeling. God, I hate that feeling more than anything. But I gotta remember, I'll never be able to put, I'll never, ever be able to live up to anyone's, expectations, man. Other than my own, I guess. And that's the problem. That's the problem I think I can, I guess the feeling and resentment of all of it is because when that happens, when I can't live up to the expectations of other people, is I just feel like a failure, man. And I know this sounds like, a pity party piss, like, oh, poor me, that sort of thing. And I'm not trying to make it out like that. I'm not. I guess it's just it's the same, the expectation feeling, it's the same feeling in my head that like I'm just, trying to do, I try to do things perfectly and it doesn't, dude, it doesn't work. There's no reason to try to make anything perfect because I know that there's perfectionism is not, dude, what is it? It doesn't exist. I try to do that with everything that I do. I try and try and try and try. And it just lingers in my fucking head all the time. That if I don't make this perfect or, live up to these expectations of what other people see of me, then nobody is going to like me and then I'll just get rejected, I guess. And I have a tough time just in general, trying not to reject myself than having other people doing that shit. That sort of thing. But, and look, man, I can't please, you can't please everybody. You just can't do it. That's an impossible thing to do. And the only thing I can do is just, I can't just say I. The only thing we can do is just try our best and see what happens. But we got to try. Like right now, I'm probably doing a horrible job at this thing, trying to explain this whole thing about what's going on in my, what's going on in my head about not knowing, and I'm just here, man. I'm just trying to be here in the moment. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to be here, trying to be present, just trying to, I don't know, just trying to come up with the words that will exemplify what I'm feeling at this time, I guess. And I know later on I'll feel like, I'll probably say like, damn, why didn't I explain that better? Why didn't I put this first before that? And then I'll feel bad and that sort of thing. But you know what? Screw it, boy. Screw it, dude. Screw it. This is what it is right now. So, what else can I do? But I don't know. We just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, man. I just do this all to myself, and it's just what it is, and that sort of thing, And that's what I got to tell myself sometimes. It is what it is, right? So, but, I don't know, man. I just, sometimes I just get, and we all do this. We all get down on ourselves sometimes. And I know, for me, I know it's all in my head. Everything is just running around like a jumbled up jungle gym in this damn thing, man. I got monkeys jumping on, the smallest, tiniest trampoline in the world, And then I got pigs just, doing monkey bars and that sort of thing, That's all. It's just a carousel of mischief and mayhem and confusion most of the time. Let's just say that, man. But man, all I can do is just try. That's about all I can ask for, man. And then if I fail, then I could call myself a little bitch. Right? A little bitch. Oh man, but anyways, man, I don't know where I was going with all this. I was just thinking about that earlier, that none of us know what's going to happen in the future, in the present, So we just have to take things on as they come, man. As they just come along, and that's all you can do, I guess. And dude, that's just how life goes sometimes. That's all it is. That's all it is. So, but happy early fall to everybody out there, man. I can't believe it. Fall. It's beautiful. All the leaves changing colors and people start wearing, dude, I love these little lumberjack fleeces or whatever, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Long john fleeces, that sort of deal. Love them. Love the big coats and and there's nothing, man. Hey, I said it before. There's nothing prettier than a girl in a sundress. But I'll tell you what, you throw some tight jeans, on a beautiful female out there, and you throw some of those the boots with that fur that it looks like she just took out a lion and just stuffed it in her boots, The mane of the lion is just, you know what I'm talking about. Some of those damn, man, I don't know what they are. Ugg boots, I guess. Something like that. Yeah. Beautiful thing. Beautiful season. Beautiful. Okay, so I want to jump into something that, it's old news, but I want to jump into the aftershock. The aftershock of what people have been talking about all week long. Okay. And that is, what happened to Aaron Rodgers? What happened to him? He was here. And then he ain't. Boy. Man, the Jets fans were in shock, huh? Boy, if you look up online right now, man, those Jets fans, I could just totally see. I'm sure that a couple lives were lost the other night. Aaron Rodgers got hurt on the fourth play of the game on offense. The fourth play. And it didn't even look like, it didn't even look like he got really tackled that hard or anything like that. seen much worse. Much, much worse. I mean, this guy, it just kind of looked like he fell on his, like at the beginning, like he was just falling on his own or whatever. It's just like, really? That's it? But man, if you look up, if you get online right now, you go to YouTube, you look up what is it, man? What is it? It's so funny. It's so funny. Let's see. Jets fan. Let's see. What is it? Oh, here it is. Jets fans in shock after Aaron Rodgers' injury. And it's on, I'm not trying to promote them or whatever, but hey, it's on there. It's Barstool Sports. And those guys, you see it, dude. Their jaws, their sternocleidomastoids just fell. Just hit the ground. Just full on, just down. And then if you go over to, if you type in Green Bay Packers watching Aaron Rodgers, you'll see so many Packer fans like, yeah. That's what you get, son. That's what you get. That's what you get for being a little spoiled, just a twink. That's all you are, man. And I want more money from the organization. They aren't giving me anything. I want a couple more wide receivers, that sort of thing. Look, Mr. Rodgers and your neighborhood, hope your neighborhood, burns down right now, man. In a way, for me, I just feel like he gave all those years to the organization. So why not take an extra 2 years and just, and I understand that they had to get him out because they had to get Jordan Love. And look, I'm not going to take a lot of time on this, right? I've already taken more than enough time, but I understand that Jordan Love needed to start. He needed to do something. You can't just sit him on the bench forever and that sort of thing. But when Rodgers is talking about how he needs more money, he doesn't have any receivers. Dude, you had some of the top shelf receivers in the league. You had Greg Jennings. Huh? Yeah? You had Donald Driver. Huh? Who else? You had Adams? You had Jordy? Huh? Can we just keep going on with these lists of phenomenal football players that you had the time to throw the ball to? Are you kidding me? Half of your balls to Adams were out in they weren't even on a fucking football field, brother. They weren't. They were out there playing, volleyball on the beach somewhere in Kazakhstan, or if that's even a freaking, place or whatever. But, all the mistakes that you made, they made up for. And now you're like, oh, I need more money. And then I go to the Jets. And then now some of that, you're like, I don't need that much money. I don't need all that. Why do I need all that? I'll give some of my money away. And then we could bring in a running back. Because I need a running back. Yeah. And now look at you. Huh? You're 40 years old and everything. I guess you're 40 years old. I don't even know. But I know that you were the oldest player in the NFL. And now you aren't. Dude, if I were you, hang up the laces. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, fuck you, dude. And that's fine. I could deal with it. I could totally deal with it. But, um, let's go Pack, baby. Let's go Pack. So, but man, when he went down, dude, I was like, no way. He'll get up. He'll get up. Not a big thing. And then he fell over again. He started rocking himself almost back to sleep like a fat kid, that sort of thing. And then the cart came, they put him on the cart, and I was just like, that's what you get. That's what you get. Woo! Boy, that made me, I don't know why, I just felt so, I was like, all right, Jordan Love, let's do this thing. We got to do this thing. So, but, and it's so funny because, throughout most of this year, I've been like bitching and complaining and all this and that about Rodgers leaving and blah, 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 blah. And then here it is. I think I jinxed him, to be quite honest with you, man. I just put some voodoo in his sports bag, I mean, he's just wearing voodoo. That's all it was. Because the last podcast, I was like, all right, and all you Jets fans and Aaron Rodgers, good luck to you. I hope you do well. And then look what happened. Put that doo-voo on him. And now look at you. Now look at you. Whew. All right. Sorry, I had to get that out, man. I know I went on it for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. I just had to get it out, man, because, we do this thing on Mondays, and it happened Monday, Monday. We do this Monday mornings, and it happened Monday night, and I was so like, oh, why didn't I, I wish we could do this at night, but, it's just what it is, man. So, but anyways, dude, moving on real quick, man. I'm gonna jump into some news. About a story that just came out I guess yesterday, a couple hours ago or something like that. I don't even know when it came out. But Russell Brand is accused of rape and assault. By 4 or 5 different women, man. And of course, we don't know if any of these things are true right now. They're all just accusations, of course. But, you got to ask yourself, really. I mean, really. I mean, this dude has had a past and a half on a bunch of stuff. And don't get me wrong, man. We all make mistakes. I mean, we're built on mistakes. I mean, I can't tell you how many mistakes I've made. So many. I mean, that's what they should just call us as a species, is just mistakes. But doesn't it seem like Russell Brand kind of seems like he he would do something like that anyways? I mean, I don't know, man. This is just me thinking out loud, It just, I don't know. He's gone through all of it. And then, there's a thing about, Katy Perry, about how there is something locked away in some secret closet or something like that she knows about with all of this, I guess. It kind of makes you wonder why he and her kind of, separated, or went their, each other went separate, different ways, or whatever you want to call it. But my question is, man, whenever this happens, whenever it happens, why don't people say, like, and I guess I get it, but I don't get it. I don't know. But why don't people say anything? Why don't these women come out? Like, if you read some of these stories about, what has happened, man, it's crazy, man. Like, all the accounts of, him pinning this one girl up on a wall, and then like he did stuff to her, and it's just, and then there was another girl that came out and said that, like, they were in a relationship together and everything, but he was like 32 or 30 or something like that, and she was only 16. This 6-year-old schoolgirl, that he called, shit, man, what was it? I mean, it's just, when I see it, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What? Like, what? Huh? Oh, that he called her the child. The child? Like, even just calling her the child makes you feel gross, doesn't it? I mean, and what, dude, really, what is a 30-year-old man with his celebrity status and that sort of thing going after some fucking high school girl, man? Like, that's just gross as shit. If he wants to get all perved out and that sort of thing, and blah, 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 like, hell, at least do what, go dip your damn dick in a batch of honey and fucking smear it all over Hardy's window or something like that if you wanted to do something wild and crazy and blah, 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 blah. But damn, dude. The child. It's just like, even me saying it right now to myself just makes me just, oh. No. What else? Let's see, what else it says? It said, he assaulted, a couple girls, this girl in a hotel room, and he grabbed on her and she pushed him away and that sort of thing. And then, like, just slapping this other girl. And she said that he also cheated on her with another woman. And it's just been like, God. And he's saying that they were all like, it was all consensual and that sort of thing. But, dude, I don't think it's consensual if you're taking advantage of somebody. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, these are really serious allegations. I mean, that's, look what, we talked about Danny Masterson last week. And now we got another dude thinking that he can get away, because he is who he is. He has tons of fans and critics and all that other stuff, and he's known for his just his controversial, or did I say that right? Controversial. There it is. That's what, sorry. Dyslexia crawled into my body and then hopped out real fast. So, but just, he has this podcast and he talks about things, about his activism and all that other jazz. And, but I guess we'll just see, man. We'll see what this investigation entails, So, but wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. So, but what else is going on? Oh, yeah. Dude, somebody, and I know Halloween is, right around the corner and that sort of thing. So people are pulling out boxes of old costumes and getting ready, because we're getting ready. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But I know Halloween's right around the corner, but in Arizona, it started early. It started very early because someone donated a human skull to Goodwill. Can you imagine that? You're like, okay, I got this. I got I got a box of doilies. I got some old crochet stuff. I got some plates. Here's an old here's an old clock that that I don't really like. It doesn't work anymore. One of the arms is missing and all that stuff. And here's a human skull. Huh? Here's a human skull. Let's put that out, and see how much someone's willing to pay for this little trinket, huh? Let's do this. Let's see what's happening with all that. But yeah, supposedly, let's see if it's in here, man. Yeah, it says someone donated a human skull to the Goodwill store in Arizona, along with a box of taxidermy items, and fake animal bones. And the skull was discovered in the store by employees on Tuesday and was immediately called the police. And the police sent the skull to a medical examiner's office, which confirmed that it was indeed a human skull. Remember the movie The Burbs with Tommy Hanks? Makes you wonder. But the police said that there's no crime or anything, and it's not a missing persons case or anything like that. But it says right here that the skull had several teeth attached to it, a missing mandible, and a prosthetic eye. like they're like, we're gonna fix this bitch up. That's what we're doing. We're gonna take the crypt keeper. We're gonna fix his little ass up, man. We're gonna give him this new, this new Obicularis iris, man. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Let's throw a barnacle or whatever those eyepieces are. You know what I'm talking about? Let's throw that on the other eye. See if that works. But the donor of the skull remains unknown. So, that's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But man, not much else has been going on, man. Just thinking a lot about, just thinking about not knowing what's gonna happen. This fall, what's gonna happen? That sort of thing. It's just, and then that's gonna be running through my mind, not knowing. So, but man, we all should just take a moment, like that bear. Ooh, oh, yeah, that's fall, baby. That's fall. All right, everyone. I am gonna get out of here. I am going to, since I didn't watch it yesterday, I'm gonna go take a little sneak peek at this right now. I'm gonna go watch the Packers game against Atlanta. See what happens. I haven't, that's what I've been having to do is, I just haven't had time on Sundays to do anything, that relates to football or anything else. It's just been too busy, man. Too busy. So, with family stuff and, blah, 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 blah. Life. Right? So, all right, everyone. Stay present in this moment, man. These moments are what we got. They all add up to something. Whatever it is, we don't know what it is. So, all right, everyone. Till next week, stay true to yourselves. And, bon voyage. See you, everyone. And thank you again for everyone, supporting us.
It's a little itty bitty podcast right now. Little itty bitty.
So, and yeah, we're just gonna keep it rolling, man. We're gonna keep it rolling. So, all right, everyone, take care of yourselves.